this is home. I mean, this every morning we come down here. If I'm not overseas racing, we're at the track and I'm spinning spanners, building cars. But it has been a huge year, and now setting up our base here at Hampton Downs has been really cool. Been doing some really cool stuff again with Tony and just trying to help grow motorsport in New Zealand, because it is possible to make a career out of it. And this truly is a world-class facility, and I don't think Kiwis realise how sweet we have it. So we are now at the second Mad Mike Summer Bash. It's a real fun environment. That's the whole concept around Summer Bash, is keep drifting fun. So we've rammed today full of everything from the top 32 superclass. There's open drift where all the local guys and grassroots guys get a chance to get door to door with the pros. The Gymkhana, where you guys, the fans, can get out there and experience drifting, try it yourself firsthand on our Gymkhana course. Car shows, RC drifting, there's everything going on. The idea was just make the most accessible drift event, you know, whether it's competition or just getting out there for fun. And I think most, even the pro guys, actually drive better when they're just having fun and on practice days or in that morning session. So it's easy for anyone to come along, and you can bring your car and just let loose on the track and have some fun with it and experience drifting. And who knows, you may walk away, look at the last Summer Bash. The big prize of the insane entry was won by Ian McSheen at his 1970s Datsun 1200 with a 13V turbo transplant, but he had the determination. He was driving super wild and ended up taking the big prize. So for me, that was the epitome, like, perfection.
Hello and welcome to Hampton Downs Raceway Park. I'm Jared Dienda, and this is Mad Mike's Summer Bash, where, yeah, it's about trophies, but it's more about just having some fun in the sun. You see ripping, you see gripping, of course, you see drifting. This is Mad Mike's Summer Bash.
It's wicked. This event is off the chain. I've had the most fun of any event ever, really. So much track time. The cars, the people, everyone's having a good time. Everyone's getting along. Just an event to be part of, you know.
It's definitely like cool track now with the extension with the club circuit, and doing this track, it's super long, so we're struggling for tyres to get the distance, but it's real cool for the crowd. Super fast, and it'd be cool to be on the fence as well.
Obviously, Mikey puts on the good events, and obviously we're going to back them when they're in our hometown.
He's got a lot of backing, a lot of fans, and it shows. Everyone comes and everyone's in a good mood, and everyone puts on a mean show.
It's really cool. The pressure's off. I mean, there's really good prizes at the end of the day that definitely helps you put on your competitive face, but it is just a one-day event. You don't have a whole championship on the line, so I guess that really helps with the guys' nerves, and they can just battle with their buddies.
There's always something to do, you know. There's the skid pad, there's the track, there's the open sessions, angle comps, just always something happening.
I want to go out there and enter in the insane entry competition and the teams battles. Like, I love that. Just, yeah, good crowd, you know, like that's what we're here to do.
Weather's fantastic, and the facilities are great. At the end of the day, we're out here to have fun, and we all are, so that's the main thing.
That's the awesome thing about Mikey's events, like they're all for fun, and you just come out here and do your best and go as hard as you can.
Anyone can win. It's like that in New Zealand, so anyone can have their day. We're just stoked to be here and pretty pumped to get out there. We've had a couple of teething issues with the new supercharger, so we're throwing about after a lap, so hopefully the boys can get it sorted and get back out there.
To be here today is just awesome. My team they've just pushed so hard, man. I can't believe what they've done this week. Let's just relax a little bit and go and have some fun.
So here we go. So our first qualifying driver, Mad Mike Wadette. His name is on the building. He's not Hampton Downs, but he is Mad Mike, and this is Mad Mike Summer Bash. Our first qualifying run here, Warren. Little correction, wavering of those rotiform wheels on the front end, but now the Nitto tires go blaze out back.
Put your hands together for Mad Mike. A little bit of a three-wheel. Make some noise for Gaz White, the defending Summer Bash champ.
The infamous check your hood pins.
Cody Pullenberry, somebody's going to be unpopular in that pit bay.
Small little correction, mid-bank. Well done, round of applause there, nice.
Put your hands together for Adam Davies.
No graphics, rotary, Aristo, and Aristo is a fat pig of a car. So to lean it down, make it look mean, clean, and then throw some flames, this thing's pretty slick. Here we go with the Frankenstein, that 1UZ powered S chassis. Nice. Wow.
Jace cracks the angle.
So looking for Fanga Dan, getting into the dirt.
Make some noise for Fanga Dan, ladies and gentlemen, putting on a show.
Darren gets it going there.
Back on the gas. The judges are excited. They're looking hard.
Really, really well done. Just really clean and tidy, like a surgeon, just finding the right spot. I'm gonna exit here, and International Cruise is next. So yeah, let's have some fun.
Thank you very much for supporting the inaugural Four Guys Autobahn Fast and Furious Racing. And we've got this lovely $50,000 Camaro to give away to
You beauty!
Nice to see you very much.
We're about to begin our head-to-head battles to find out who gets out on top. Again, the winner overall winning an international boarding pass for both them and their vehicle to an international destination for the 2018 installment of Red Bull Drift Shifters. Here we go, our first battle of top 32.
Jacob Hakaraya drives away from Matt Hyam off the line in the C35 with the 2JZ underneath the bonnet.
You can see Jacob really smoking him out. The next entire smoke consistent off the back end of the vehicle. Oh, and look at that off the course.
Yeah, Cam Bank chucks it away there.
And these guys, teammates now having to go against each other.
Yeah, so somebody's going to be upset in Tauranga no matter what. We've got Adam and Dave. Check the angle out. Cole Armstrong isn't holding back, Jared. Here he comes as they go up into turn number 4.
Not too shabby from Armstrong in that chase position. He's holding tough. He said at lunch, his face is sore from smiling so much.
Here comes Troy Jenkins back at Stu Baker. Stu Baker with a big issue there just as he went up and over the top of the hill. There's a car in there somewhere belonging to Geordie Cole. Jace Brown just smoked out the track there as we see Mad Mike for the first time up against Mike Thorley.
So this is the Bad Bull. This is the 3-rotor RX-8. Says it's running tip-top. He likes the way the car is set up. It's set up comparable to that of vehicles that have taken him success, such as tracks like Ebisu, the FDRX-7, the Humble.
Put your hands together for Mad Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Gets it through against Mike Thorley.
And the Bad Bull firing.
Mike getting pretty close there. Closest we've seen anyone through turn number 1.
Yeah, to be quite honest, we've seen this from Mike before where he's almost applying too much pressure. So might want to give himself enough room. I don't think really spotters are being utilized out here this weekend. It's more just having some fun.
Well, I guess the problem here is going to be that if there's a mistake from Thorley, Mike's actually going to end up hitting.
That's what I'm saying.
So up through here, he's going to be real careful like that. Put your hands together for Mad Mike. Oh, there we go. He's off the track. Oh, he's ripped the rear bumper off and he's just...
Oh, and now
my mirror goes off.
Oh, no.
So that's a 0-0 then. Just had come through.
Unfortunately, Fanga Dan is packed up. He is done for the weekend, so that means Cody would advance on.
Didn't get a lot of good looks this morning, did he, with the bonnet going flying up.
Who do we have here?
So this is Nico Reed, our first look at Nico in battle up against John O'Gorman. Makes it tough, doesn't it, when you come up against someone like Nico that you know that he's got the livery off the car. He's just out there just giving it his all. So Nico clearly giving John O'Gorman some space here to make John O'Gorman shut down. O'Gorman shut down, and Nico Reed has gone round him, so that will send Nico into the top 8.
Look at Gaz just pouring it on.
I think what you'll see here too is the gap will get stretched too as Gaz Whiter smashes out onto that wide line and then just stays on the gas. And he just coasts up this hill just so effortlessly. It looks like he's just floating through there, really. Hakaraya throws in early. Gaz Whiter goes with him. Whiter giving him a little bit of... Oh, Jake Hakaraya with a huge mistake there. Goes right off the edge of the track, and Gaz Whiter has driven past him. We see Darren Kelly and Jace Brown. Darren Kelly kicks up a big pile of dirt on the entry there. There was that mistake on entry there, but look at Kelly firing up that hill.
Yeah, number 2 qualifier, Darren Kelly ripping into the double B. Look at that. Massive angle from Darren.
I don't think either driver was willing to give an inch there, but look at that gap. Bruce Tannock pulled up the hill.
I feel like Tannock's got something to prove. You know, he's oh, bow, 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 bow. There it goes.
Bruce Tannock had that one in the bag.
Goodness gracious, come on. I feel like he's got something to prove.
Mike's out on that wide line again. Let's see how this sets him up going up the hill.
Yeah, pending the thickness of the smoke, you can see that Mike's getting a lot more forward grip as opposed to burning up the tires, and Cody losing some ground, and you can see that, look at that, just emitting smoke out of the side and the back. Mike, nice consistent smoke trail.
Yeah, here we go with Cody Pullenbury and Mad Mike Whittock. Mad Mike putting on a pretty decent show. Oh, was a little bit of a mistake there from Whittock, was there? He's going to put some pressure on himself. He's in there in that smoke screen there of Cody Pullenbury. Here comes back on the rear of the Pullenbury car, the VO.
Oh, it looks like Cody, you can see him turn off the smoke screen, and some wavering there from Cody.
Yeah, so that Mike won't be marked down for that, right? So that's Cody impacting on his ability to chase. Is that correct, Jared? Is that how you would? Mike Whittock not backing off. They put your hands together. So we've had another car just break.
Zach Pohl just went from 32 to 8 without having to do anything.
Troy needs to jump on the gas now and then keep his line as they go through the big sweeping turn here to set themselves up for the run up the hill.
Oh, and Danum shuts it down.
Dana makes the mistake.
Yeah, Danum not totally shut down, but that was uncharacteristic of Danum.
Redwood's car's a bit like Gaz White's, where it just turns on coming up the hill here. He just goes to the outside and then goes to the inside and then just flows straight through to the outside. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Andrew Redwood, the Miami Vice themed machine. Andrew Redwood and Gargan Kang out on track, putting in a decent chase as Redwood. How close is he going to get? Oh!
Redwood, a very interesting approach, a straight line to the door.
That does stop your car quite rapidly if you do that.
Warren, looks like Andrew will be moving on.
Actually, very solid looking top 8 there with Gaz White, Adam Davies, Nico Reed, Troy Jenkins, Darren Kelly, Mad Mike, and Zach Pohl and Andrew Redwood are your top 8.
Just talking with the judges over here, some interesting battles are about to unfold.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Top 8. Gaz White, the defending champion, up against Adam Davies.
Gaz just slingshotting through that straightaway. No big deal. Look, you can't even see the back half of his car.
Gaz White, as cool as can be. Adam Davies, Gaz White. Gaz White putting on a bit of a clinic so far today. Let's see what he's got on chase. Davies with nice smoke coming off the back there, but Gaz White hanging right with him there. But here we go into the section that Gaz White excels at, Jared. You'll see him rocket up the hill again. Gaz just stays in it, just so smooth. Gaz White, ladies and gentlemen. Mike behind the wheel of the RX-8. Darren Kelly drives the R35. Plenty of power for both drivers, well north of 800 horsepower.
Good angle, killer smoke coming off Darren Kelly's GTR. Mad Mike and the Bad Bull trying to gain some ground. Looks like he's keeping great proximity there. Darren Kelly, a great battle so far. Let's see how they handle this transition. This is the point of no return for a lot of these drivers. Powering through Darren Kelly. You see, get him into the dirt. Darren Kelly gets out of shape, so throws him off as Mad Mike takes a shallower line. Darren Kelly swings it wide, now tightening up to the rumble strip. Oh, and Mad Mike, a correction there in the chase position.
Mad Mike, I think, had that one until the end there, and there was just no grip left there for those front tyres, and it sent it straight ahead. That's the first time we've seen anyone really come off that big sweeping corner, though, tucked right into the rear of the lead car. Mike on the lead, Darren on the chase. Go through turn number 1 there. Mike gets on the loud pedal. Darren Kelly goes with him. Lots of smoke coming off both cars. Nice run so far from both drivers. Darren Kelly needs to catch up to Mike there, or he runs the risk of getting left behind there, Jared. We know that that car is fast now. Darren Kelly being gapped here. Mad Mike goes wide again. Darren Kelly goes to the inside. Whittock's created the distance. Jared's not saying anything for fear of putting a commentator's hex on it.
just trying to watch it here. It's an interesting run here from Mike.
Man, Mike is happy.
I was just surprised Darren wasn't really partaking in that chase run.
They were close through turns 1 and 2, but whether something was not quite right there, but Mike just got onto that one and just kept it going. Jared, what's the call?
Darren Kelly moves on. It was unanimous. Darren Kelly moves on. He takes out Mad Mike. Again, his name is on the building, but doesn't mean he's going to win the thing. But Darren Kelly, it was unanimous.
Last 3 competitions that Mike's been in, that I've been in, come up against each other every time. So, yeah, love battling him. He goes hard, doesn't hold back. Yeah, a bit of fun. And, yeah, through to top 4, so stoked.
We've paired up 3 times now this year. So we've both had wins and losses, and he just pipped me off. So now we got to jump in the Mad Cab for the afternoon and have some fun.
Here we go, Nico out front, 95 versus Troy J.
Yeah, Brian Roberts towing S15 up against, we'll call it the privateer S15 for now, and the Nico Reed adrift. Oh, Nico with a mistake. Is Jenkins on for the top 4? We're being told that the Taniwha doesn't have third gear currently, so no third gear means that Nico doing it tough out there. This time it'll be Troy on the lead and Nico on the chase. This is where the problems were before for the Taniwha.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, so going second to fourth. That's not where you want to be. So he needs to throttle through.
Jenkins is messy though.
He might just drive through Jenkins.
Official call is Troy Jenkins through the top 4.
Really stoked. There was a couple of epic battles with Danum and Nico just then, but car was a little bit worse for wear, but we broke a couple of axles, unfortunately. But, hey, back in the game now and up against Gaz Whiter, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
I had a bit of car dramas there on my top 8 battle, blew the gearbox, and then just try to hang the whole track in my next battle of just leaving it in 4th with heaps of clutch kicking, but it didn't work out. Even though the competition's over, they're still drifting out there. That's why we come here.
He just about drilled the door. He did. He drilled it. Zach Pole just drilled it straight into the door of Andrew Redwood. There was no real initiation at all. It just kind of was like he went to kick it, and he just drilled it straight into Andrew Redwood's door. Now we see the recovery truck going out, so I'd say that one of those cars has taken a decent hit.
Looks like Redwood is leaving under his own power. Just more bummed that somebody chopped down his palm tree on the side of his car. Zach Pole is out, he broke, so Andrew Redwood advances on. He's going against Darren Kelly, so our final 4 is set. Gaz Whiter, Troy Jenkins, you have Darren Kelly, and now Andrew Redwood.
Zach got a bit close and gave me a decent tap in the right rear, so got to fix a bunch of stuff now. But it's not too bad. A wheel, I think the strut's bent, but we'll keep running on it. Should be all right.
Special guest about to join us up here in the commentary booth. The one and only Mad Mike is making his way up here. He gave it all on track.
Mate, we got all the cars out here. They've had the crowd hang around all day. The track's awesome. And the drivers have all got smiles, so can't complain. Nice, but here we go. We're going into, where are we at now?
This is Gaz Whiter versus Troy Jenkins, top 4. Feel free to commentate a battle if you want to, Mikey. You know Mr. Whiter pretty well. Guy out front probably does it right, eh?
Yeah, Gaz is definitely, I mean, he won here earlier this year. He's 4-time D1NZ champ. But right now, it doesn't really look like it, but they're trying to conserve as much rubber as possible because you've got to get 2 full laps here on the same set of rubber.
So conserve rubber means what? How aggressive are you being?
Yeah, so sometimes you can just be a gear down to the wheel speed. You can see Gaz's car's certainly hooked up. He's got a lot of grip. And with drifting now, it's as much as it looks like we're awesome around there, as much as it looks like the cars are sliding around and having as much horsepower as possible. You know, these guys talk about crazy 1,000 horsepower setup. At this level now, you're trying to find as much grip as possible.
So you're Troy Jenkins right now. What do you do with someone like Gaz Whiter behind you?
He obviously knows Gaz is very fast, so he can just go as committed as you can. You know, Gaz is an amazing driver, and the proximity, as soon as you fall a couple of car lengths back, you can't see from the smoke. So I know Troy's been battling. I think he's broken a couple of axles. That car's been shared actually by him and Ben.
Oh, Gaz Whiter goes right up to the inside there and shows his precision.
Yeah, that is awesome, you know, and you can see just with how much grip, how fast you can actually slow down as well. Awesome. Woo!
So we have one person with a 50% chance, Mike, of being in that container with you. I think you know him pretty well. What would that gentleman's name be?
So we got Gaz Whiter. He's pretty close to getting that boarding pass.
Yeah, stoked. Troy went really well. He's quite quick, so it was good fun. He just made a mistake into the double B, and that was all that happened, and I just held up and got up in there, and yeah, good battle. We're in the final. Don't know who we're against, but it should be good.
Semi-final, Andrew Redwood, Darren Kelly, Darren Kelly has the lead. Andrew Redwood has the chase. Redwood right with him.
He wants to go and they can say, oh, Andrew half spun. So kind of handed it to Darren. Darren's still got to get through the section.
All right, so Darren Kelly continues on. He does need to continue on as opposed to in that chase position. So Andrew Redwood, he had a broken tie rod, unable to fix it in the given competition timeout. So that means Darren Kelly and Gaz Wider are in the finals.
The first pass came in and Andrew hit the back of me. He always chases close, so he's always right on your door. But yeah, so hit the back of me. We're just back in here checking over the car to see if there's any damage to the wheel or kicked it out. It just felt a bit funny coming back around. But yeah, we're ready to go again.
I think these guys are two great ambassadors. You know, you have Darren Kelly, who's progressed with his GTR. It seems like he's really hitting his strides. And then Gaz Wider. He says he hasn't driven this car since February, and now here he is.
Here we go. We got final battle.
All right, here we go. The finals are set. It is Darren Kelly and Gaz Wider. Gaz Wider will lead. It's your number 1 and number 2 qualifier. Gaz Wider out front. Gaz Wider swinging wide as Darren Kelly tucks into the side of that S-chassis vehicle. Darren Kelly gets lost in smoke, falls back quite a bit, Warren.
Yeah, Darren Kelly putting a bit of pressure on Gaz Wider early there, but Gaz Wider has managed to pull out a bit of a gap there, Jared, and Gaz Wider extends again going into this big, long sweeper that we know he knows so well, and he is super quick up here. Can Kelly come back from there, or has he given Gaz Wider too much room, Jared?
Yeah, a lot of room here, Warren, as now coming through that transition that Gaz and Darren have really just mastercraft. Great job. And look at that, Gaz tightening up to the rumble strip. Darren Kelly does that, but a consistent gap. Make some noise, New Zealand. Here we go, Mad Mike's Summer Bash. Who's going to be joining Mad Mike at the 2018 Red Bull Drift Shifters? Great run by both the drivers, Warren.
Very, very impressive run. Both of those drivers have definitely gone up a notch there, but it almost looked like Kelly just didn't have an answer there for Wider. He just kept on going. He just kept on flowing. Darren Kelly will have something to say about that, I'm sure.
Here we go, send it! Here we go, Mad Mike Summer Bash, the finals are here. Darren Kelly now out front, he qualified second. Gaz Wider, I'd have to say, has a little bit of advantage here, as now he drops into formation. You see Darren Kelly turn on the smoke machine. Gaz Wider gaining some ground around that first turn, Warren.
Tucked in really nicely there behind Darren Kelly to Gaz Wider. Here he comes through turn number 2. Gaz Wider staying with Darren Kelly. That is where the gap was created on the first run, and there's a big puff of dirt off the back of the Darren Kelly machine. And here comes Gaz Wider, that supercharger, the Harrop, singing on top of that LS7. And Wider is with him, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to make some noise as they come through for the final time. Wider, Darren Kelly coming through the final turn. Bring it home, Jared Deander.
Darren Kelly, big smoke. Gaz Wider now bring it on home through the double B. And do we have a victor? Darren Kelly, Gaz Wider, both flying the Kiwi flag. And one of these gentlemen is going to an undisclosed location for the Red Bull Drift Shifters 2018. It looks like we do have a winner. We do have a winner here at the Mad Mike Summer Bash, December 2017. Our winner unanimously is Gaz Wider. Gaz Wider does it again unanimously. Back-to-back victories here at Mad Mike Summer Bash, and Gaz Wider will be going to Red Bull Drift Shifters 2018.
That's what it's about. That's what we're all here for, eh? So it's good when the cars are evenly matched and you can put on a show like that. So pumped. It was a good battle. This car was fast, good to chase, so good fun.
Didn't have massive expectations. Like, with basically a new setup in the car, we've only driven an Aussie, come back, haven't had a lot of seat time in it. So to get second is awesome. Just the run before with Andrew Redwood, where we made contact, we think it might have upset the alignment a little bit. Just when I went to switch back behind Gaz, just had no drive, and he just pulled away from me, so couldn't do too much more.
Well, it's been an awesome day here at Hampton Downs. I'm Jared Deanna. Thank you for joining us here at Mad Mike Summer Bash. The track's gonna stay hot. Let's give out some trophies.
Like